They appear out of thin air, glowing, calm, and full of wisdom. The Force Ghosts, from Obi-Wan to Yoda, and even Anakin Skywalker himself. These spirits have guided generations of Jedi, long after death. But here's a question that sparks debate across the fandom. How should Anakin Skywalker appear in his spirit form? As the older redeemed Jedi, portrayed by Sebastian Shaw, or the younger restored version of Hayden Christensen seen in later releases? Through this video, we'll explore the history, meaning, and mysteries of the Force Ghost, and we'll answer the question about Anakin's Force Ghost. What is a Force Ghost? Force Ghosts are the souls and essences of deceased Force-sensitive beings who retain their identity after death. Some achieve this by denying the full will of the Force, while others reach peace and mastery, manipulating their own spirit energy, known as pneuma, to avoid being fully absorbed. These spirits can interact with the living and even with other ghosts. Jedi spirits often appear calm and luminous, sometimes showing no signs of the injuries that ended their lives. Others retain scars or wear symbolic attire, like Darth Maul, who appeared in his armor. Manifestations vary. At their simplest, a Force Ghost may appear as a floating, milky glow of energy. More advanced manifestations reflect the individual as they were in life, transparent, emitting a bluish aura. Perception depends on the observer's connection to the Force. Some might see them clearly, others barely at all. Force Ghosts can move freely, pass through matter, and occasionally gain temporary solidity by drawing on the living Force around them. They can also wield certain Force powers, travel vast distances across the galaxy, and even act as guardians, guiding the living Jedi. History. For the Jedi, death was never the end. It was simply a return to the Force. Yet the ability to retain consciousness after death was thought lost to time. The Sith sought to defy this natural order, hoping to cling to life and power even after death. The secret of spiritual immortality resurfaced near the fall of the Republic, through Qui-Gon Jinn. Guided by a shaman of the wills, Qui-Gon discovered the first steps toward preserving one's essence after death. His body remained, but his spirit endured, reaching out across the Force to guide his former apprentice, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Through Qui-Gon's wisdom, Yoda learned the technique and later passed it on to Obi-Wan. These teachings allowed certain Jedi to retain their individuality after death, manifesting as luminous Force Ghosts, capable of appearing to the living and offering guidance, comfort, and sometimes instruction. The ultimate example of this is Anakin Skywalker. Redeemed by the love and sacrifice of his son, and guided by the spirits of Yoda and Obi-Wan, Anakin's essence was restored to the light. Though temporary, Force Ghosts act as a bridge between life and the netherworld of the Force, lingering long enough to aid the living before merging with the greater cosmic current. Similar techniques. While the Jedi achieved immortality through peace and surrender, the Sith sought it through domination and control. Their goal wasn't unity with the Force, it was to defy it. Certain Sith Lords uncovered techniques similar to the Force Ghost ability, but twisted by evil. Unlike Jedi spirits, their essences did not ascend into serenity. They became trapped, bound to tombs, relics, or even their own hatred. These were not luminous beings of light, but restless echoes of rage and ambition. Exar hunted Yavin 4 for centuries, sustained by the life force of the Massassi. Darth Andedu stored fragments of his soul within his holocron, surviving far beyond his death. And Darth Bane, obsessed with longevity, experimented with essence transfer to inhabit other bodies. One dark variation, the Force Walk, allowed Sith to bind multiple spirits to themselves, using their energy to enhance their own power. Lord Calig, for example, enslaved the ghosts of fallen Sith to fuel his abilities. In contrast, the Jedi's approach is release and guidance, emphasizing that how a spirit appears is as much about intent and light as it is about technique. Known Force Ghosts. Here are some of the most notable Force Ghosts across the galaxy. Jedi: Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda, Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, Canto Merrick, Ulic Qel-Droma, Kuran, Arkajeth, Master Thon, and Uru, Sith, Exar Kun, Darth Andedu, Freedon Nadd, Mark Aragnos, Tulak Hord, Ludo Kresh, Agenta Paul, Lord Kalig, Darth Mar, and Darth Nihilus. Other Force-sensitive beings: Morgan Katarn. Key traits: they retain abilities, wisdom, and, to some extent, personalities from life. Jedi ghosts generally serve as guides and mentors, whereas Sith spirits often remain bound by hatred or location. Manifestation can be youthful, prime, or post-death, depending on mastery and choice. Behind the scenes, Qui-Gon Jinn introduced the concept of Force ghosts to the audience in The Phantom Menace through dialogue and later appearances in Revenge of the Sith. In Return of the Jedi, Anakin Skywalker's Force ghost was originally portrayed by Sebastian Shaw, representing his redeemed self. Later, some releases replaced Shaw with Hayden Christensen as a young Anakin. Answering the question. After looking at all, personally, I prefer Sebastian Shaw's version, as it represents the redemption of the man who was Darth Vader. His age and experience communicate the full arc of Anakin's journey from hero to fallen Sith and then back to the light. But I do understand why it was changed to Hayden Christensen, which reflected Anakin in his prime as a Jedi before the fall, but I think it just makes better sense that it's the older version. So essentially, you can choose how to appear. That's the answer. And I feel like that is only the answer due to Hayden Christensen being switched with Sebastian Shaw. Because why would Obi-Wan choose to look old then? Force ghosts are more than just visual effects. They are the essence of the Force, the persistence of identity, and the echo of heroes and villains across time. From the original trilogy to EU stories like Legacy and Tales of the Jedi, they remind us that in Star Wars, sometimes even death is never truly the end. Let me know what you thought of this in the comments down below, and share your opinion on Anakin's Force Ghost. Should it be the older version or the younger version? And feel free to put whatever you feel in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and until next time, thanks for watching.